Candles are great for decor and as gifts. I feel if I did a survey, at least half of us would have one or more Bath & Body Works candles somewhere in our house. Now, Bath & Body Works candles are pretty on their own, but there's so much that can be done with them. I'm Anna, and I'm stepping up my candle game. First, I'm going to need to make a stand or a riser for my candle. This is both pretty and practical. My inspiration comes from Valerie Aguirre. I love her channel, and I will link this particular video that I'm referencing in the description below. The riser that I'm gonna make is going to look antique. Look antique. It's not gonna be antique, but it's definitely gonna look antique. First, I need a piece of scrap wood. The more beat up, the better. Honestly, I've done a few of these already, and the worse the wood looks, the better the result. This piece of wood that I picked out is a smidge narrower than I'd like, but it has these nail heads that I think are gonna give such good character. To start, I cut my scrap to size, pretty much whatever size you want. I do love projects where measurement accuracy isn't required. From the scraps of the original scrap, I cut little feet. Sometimes I have used Dollar Tree Jenga pieces or dowels instead. Now, take your frustrations out using a hammer. As Valerie says, have at it. I used both ends of the hammer and really should have done even more damage in the end. I also tap in a nail to give that wormy wood look. Don't be gentle. Give the wood an even more beat up look using a jigsaw. Cut into the sides and even cut off bits of the corner. But reserve a special blade for this because you might end up bending or warping it. Then, when Ralph tries to cut a straight line later, he won't have to wonder what's wrong with the saw. True story. Next, sand your beat up masterpiece with 80 grit sandpaper. Remember to round out the edges for that worn and weathered look. This is what really makes the wood look antique. You can't skip this step, but you can buy this wire brush set on Amazon, link in description. Run the wire brush all over the wood and remember to switch up the direction for a more organic, natural wearing result. Go diagonal, up and down, back and forth, just speed it up. Sand down all your pieces now with 220 grit sandpaper. I sanded down the corners of the feet to give them an aged look as well. I attached the feet with wood glue and secured it all together with my BFF tool, the brad nailer. I also glued the part that I split. You might not need to do this, but I wanted to show that beating up the wood, even to the point of breaking it, gives the piece character. Don't throw it out. This is perfect. While the glue was drying, I went and picked some strawberries from my raised planter. Homegrown berries are like candy. I then went and watered my plants. Those large planters I built at the beginning of summer are holding up beautifully. You can check out that video. I'll leave a link in the description. Back to the task at hand. Next step is staining. I use chocolate by Verthane since it matches the wood tones I have throughout the house. Just check out the character. The wood is completely different now. The finishing touch is wax. This dark wax by Behr gets into all the dings, cuts, and nicks I created earlier. I'd say that this is the second most important step in this faux aging process. First is the wire brush, and dark wax is a close second. Now that the base is all done, I can move on to the candle. This is the candle that I'm using, and even though I really do think this is pretty, it just doesn't match my decor. So I'm going to give it a neutral makeover using my Cricut. First thing I need to do is peel off this wrap. According to my measurements, which may or may not be accurate, the circumference of a Bath & Body Works candle is 12.5 inches. And I made this quatrefoil design to go around the candle. Quatrefoils are a design element that's scattered around my home decor, so I thought this would be a nice touch. I struggle to stick vinyl all the way around something, so I'm going to be cutting it out in 2 pieces. But I need to get my 12.5 inches. So I'm going to select and bring them nice and close together. That's a little too close. Let's unnudge that a little. And then highlighting everything, I'm going to align it so it's nice and straight. There we go. And now I can go up to my width and just change that to 12.5. So even though it's 2 pieces, I'm still getting the size I want. Let's make this. For the outer quatrefoil, I use Sizer's Easy PSV in Silver Dollar. The inner quatrefoil is the etch vinyl, the one that looks like etched glass, also by Sizer. I apologize for how I say Sizer. I know it's supposed to be like Caesar or something, but Sizer is just stuck in my head. I find it easier to transfer the outer, larger shape first and then move on to the inner. But if you have a different method that works for you, let me know in the comments. And now for the final touch, the cherry on top. Well, in this case, the pull on top. I'm going to be adding this little pull to the lid. This can be done either with E6000 or with a screw. This is the only time I feel completely confident using a drill. Find the center, drill a hole big enough for the screw, take off your glasses because you can't see, and screw on the pull. Easy. Now this matches my decor. It's a fun, simple project that can be personalized to match any decor or for any occasion. Mother's Day, hostess gift, just because, just for yourself. Thanks so much for watching this video. And if you haven't already, I'd love it if you'd subscribe. And if you enjoyed this type of video, give it a like. And I'll see you soon with another project. Trying this without a mic, Ralph, okay? I mean, I have a mic, just not on myself. I'm using the one, okay. My inspiration comes from Valerie Aguirre, okay. Could her name just be like Jen Smith? This up. Yeah, pour on. Part of me's working today. Now this matches my decor. It's a fun image.